Hi guys, you. I was actually literally as I was saying hi guys, I realized that it's been like close to a year since I've done this. So if you are not all I'm gonna very gently and lightly and get Sasan Monani Ninjani. This is Gugu Gumede. So it's been a little over a year since I've had my gastric sleeve surgery, and the last video that I posted was explaining the surgery that I had, and my honest opinion was given on that video. And you guys asked a lot of questions. It took a very long time for me to respond. I do apologize for that, but I feel better equipped a year later to sit down and to tell you exactly my experience after VSG and how I feel about it a year later. And I'm also gonna do one up, okay? I'm also gonna give you guys some snippets of what it was like to be in Turkey, to show you guys the hospital that I had the surgery in, and how I felt, I think, the night before, the nerves and everything else. So I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of that, and then, yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys my honest opinion 1 year later. So I've just arrived in Turkey. I'm so tired. But all is well. Travel safely. I need a good shower, obviously. And been picked up on the VIP service because this is really how they treat people, which is great. I love it. They've been so kind, so pretty. And not them bringing me even a rose. How sweet. So cute. So cute. Really, really amazing service. So currently we're headed to the hospital. And we're going to do just a few tests. And then we're going to go to the hotel. I'll have a shower, and then we're gonna go for lunch and a bit of shopping because I don't have a lot of time. I'm not gonna be here for long, so I've opted to do the shopping today, and then because I know for the next few days I'm gonna be in the hospital and I won't obviously be able to leave, so yeah. Hey, what's up everybody? So today is Sunday, the 28th of January, and tomorrow obviously is the 29th, and I arrived today in Istanbul, Turkey, to get my surgery, the gastric sleeve surgery, and I am doing it with Hermes Clinic. Very, very lovely people. They are so amazing. They picked me up at the airport, VIP transfers. They took me, to lunch. They took me to see Turkey, and now I'm in my hotel room. And yes, before we go too far, I do understand that obviously the service may not be the same for everybody. They may not necessarily take everyone to lunch, but let me tell you, I actually went with them because of the amazing service that I had heard. I spoke to 2 people in South Africa who had used them and also read plenty of reviews, and people were rating them so well. So don't just say, well, it's because she's so and so. Well, yeah, the lunch thing may not be for everyone, but the service is still good for everyone. I have to attest to that. So yeah, but real quick, I want to show you guys the room service, and this is a standard room, for anyone who comes and has surgery with them. We're at the Marriott, which is not too far from the hospital. I am going to link some of the videos from the hospital. It also looks very, very good. But for now, I'm just gonna show you guys what the room looks like, and it's really pretty. The hotel is really nice. Okay, I may not have been that impressed with Turkey, but the hotel, I'm joking. The hotel, the people are so lovely. But I'll get to all of that later. Let's first check out the hotel room. Yeah, that's the hotel room. I will show you guys everything once we get to the hospital tomorrow. I'm going to show you guys the hospital and also show you guys the room that I'm going to be staying in. I'm very excited. Normally it is the procedure is a bit different in that, you know, you get here first the night before, you rest, then you go in the next day. But for me, I had to go in today and start doing some tests. I did, you know, some x-rays, some blood works, and a few other tests just for today, just because I don't have such a long time here. I've got so many, I'm so busy this year that I needed to just kind of, you know, do this, get this out of the way and move on. Obviously, I will be resting at home for a few days when I get home, but I've got a huge meeting that I need to go to on Friday, so I needed to kind of expedite the process. So yeah, but I'll show you guys all of that. I'll keep you guys in the loop with everything. I'll also do a separate video on why I chose to do VSG and the whole journey. We'll talk about that as we go along. So this is not the hotel room, but it's actually the hospital. How amazing. This is a lounge area. Beautiful. How huge is the stool, the wallpaper, everything. And this is the room with the sea view. Are you kidding me? Oh my. This is the room. You've got your desk, you've got a fridge, you've got a sink. I can't, man. And what an amazing view of Turkey. Wow. I mean, Hermes Clinics, they've just really done themselves. The treatment, just everything is just so beautiful. And this is the bathroom. Oh my gosh. This is proving to be even as nice as the hotel room. This is where I'm going to be for the next 3 days, and you know what? I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. So today is, I think, the 31st of January. Yes, because tomorrow is the 1st of February. My mom's birthday, and I guess this is how I commemorated her birthday. I got VSG. Today is, so they call the day of surgery day 0, and then the days after that they start gear 1 and 2. So I guess today's the second day, and I'm feeling so much better. Yesterday was quite, there was such a discomfort yesterday because of all the gas that we had. So apparently what they do is they put gas in you so that your stomach can be a bit elevated for them to come in with the cameras and everything. So after the surgery, it's tough because of that gas, so you have to expel the gas. I was burping a lot, which was great. I was expelling it in that way. Burping, and also just kind of, I'd burp and water with some bubbles would come out, so the carbon monoxide. And today, yeah, there's still some gas. You know, when I sit, when I lay down, it comes up, causes a discomfort, but nothing that's too hectic. So yeah, today is feeling much better. There's a ton of water that we have, so we need to drink the water. We need to drink 6 bottles of water, which is a liter. Yeah, and I guess it'll be done, because what else can you do? You just have to do it. It's getting better, but I'm walking a lot, which is great. And the walking, it really helps the gas. It comes out, it expels it, and I'm burping a lot, which is great. I feel good. The incisions aren't really hurting a lot, so I am wearing a bra today. I just want to kind of get myself used to, you know, having a bra again. There is an incision right there, so I don't want it to be too tight, which is why I'm allowing the boobs to protrude a bit so that the incision is not touched. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 somewhere. So there are 6 incisions. All in all, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like I can do it. I'm feeling strong today, and I'm just very excited to go home tomorrow. Very, very excited to go home tomorrow. Yesterday I was a bit nervous about the flight, but now that I'm feeling better, I'm not nervous at all. You know, I think I should be fine. Yeah, but that's it. Very exciting. Starting the journey, man. Starting the journey. All right, so first of all, can I just say, yay, naze now opinionated in South Africa, hey? Naze now opinionated with what a person does with their body, what a person does for their health. Yo, it was a lot. I did not think that that thing would go viral in that manner, me losing weight, getting the surgery. I didn't think that people would have such strong feelings about it. I didn't think that people would be mad about it, but they really were. People were really angry. People felt like, why? We love the old you. Why would you do that? Especially men. Like, even my brother was like, I'm going off. They're just like, why would you do this? Guys, thank you so much. First of all, I didn't know that you guys rocked with me that way. Thank you. Appreciate it very, very deeply. But I did this for my health. I did this for me. I did this to live a better life. And 1 year later, I can honestly say that it is the best thing that I've ever done for myself. I would do it again and again and again, even in the next lifetime. But the one thing that I will say is that in the next lifetime, I will not let myself go to that extent that I would need surgery. Okay, let's just take care of us. All right, prevention is better than cure, so I wouldn't do that. But nevertheless, it is the best thing that I've ever done for myself, and I'm very happy that I did it. But guys, ukhuluphala is not okay. Ukhuluphala is great. I mean, if you're happy and you're healthy, that's good. But if it's getting to a point where it's affecting your health, that's a no-no. So that's why I did it, and I'm very happy with it. Now, as I've said before, you guys had some questions, and the questions were especially regarding Hermes Clinic. And I know that you guys are asking these questions because you guys want to know, so that if you guys do decide to do this, you can also use them. As a person who's had experience with them, I will say, umbuzo mkhulu enanobuza was my experience. I absolutely loved it. I found Hermes through my sister-in-law. She saw them on Instagram because she knew that I wanted to do the surgery. I was considering doing the surgery in South Africa. I was very nervous about going to Turkey to do it, but in South Africa, the sleeve itself, bariatric surgery is not a field that is explored greatly, but there are some doctors who are very well experienced with it. But what I found was that the sleeve, yona, a lot of people weren't too experienced with it, so it is a surgery that is a lot more costly in South Africa. The quotations that I was getting for it were around 350,000. I think I've said this before. And so in medical aid, I must say, I didn't do enough research, because the people that I spoke to were just saying that my medical aid wouldn't accept it. And so immediately I was like, okay, as in, this is a surgery that I'm gonna have to pay out of pocket. And because I just had a baby not long before that, and I had paid out of pocket with my baby just because when I got the medical aid, I was already pregnant. I hadn't had medical aid before. I'm just that person who never ever got sick. But then when I decided, when I was pregnant, I was like, okay. Funny enough, I actually decided to get the medical aid before I got pregnant. And then when I got pregnant, it was there. Obviously, you know what they say. They're not going to cover your labor because it's like, okay, you just got medical aid just for that, right? So I paid out of pocket with that. So really, I was like, okay, cool. That means I'm just going to have to pay out of pocket for this surgery as well. And then when my sister showed me Hermes through Instagram, I had a look at them. I even went as far as starting to talk to them. They gave me patients who have been there, like their numbers, and I could contact them. There's a lady that I spoke to that was in Kimberley, another lady in Cape Town. And I mean, these are just normal people. They're not celebrities, but they had only good things to say about Hermes Clinic. So I then decided with the cost, and because the surgery, Turkey is the mecca of plastic surgery, even though this is not a cosmetic surgery, but they are the mecca of that, and they have done these types of bariatric surgeries forever. They're very well experienced with them. So I was like, you know what? Turkey it is. And it was nerve-wracking. I'm not going to lie to you. It is nerve-wracking going to do any kind of surgery in a country that is not your own, especially if you're going to be traveling on your own. I was traveling on my own. It was just a lot. It's not an easy thing to do, so really think about it. But if you were to do it with any clinic, I would recommend Hermes. They took such good care of me. And again, you're going to see this in the snippets if they haven't already been inserted. They took such good care of me. I did not feel alone. But luckily for me, on the day of the surgery, I met a lady who was not only from South Africa, not only from KZN, not only from Durban, but literally from my suburb. Can you imagine? She was literally from my suburb, and I was ecstatic. We're so happy, Klangana, and we just created a bond. Even then, I had someone that I could hold hands with. A lot of South Africans do go there, shame for the surgery. She was also very, very happy. She still is with Hermes till this day. So, let's start with your questions. I've put my phone on D&D. Nila, I'm with you guys. Né? So, obviously there were a lot of comments. Thank you so much for interacting with that video, guys. I'm not gonna answer every little thing, but I'm gonna answer the prevalent questions. I'm still getting till this day, right? Okay, so, Namaswazi Mtembu. Uti, hi Googs, you look beautiful, love the weight loss, thank you so much, babe. Questions regarding the surgery, please take us down your experience with Hermes Clinic from the time you left South Africa, how you felt immediately post-op, how you felt during the recovery period. See, I'm an actor, I'm now looking down and I'm like, you know what, so I'm like, okay, cool. How you felt during the recovery period, challenges you've encountered, ones that might be a reason in the next lifetime for you not to do the surgery, and how you have now benefited, like how you've talked about your pressure stabilizing, your mood improving, etc., etc. Okay, so again, for the first one, it says, please take us down your experience with Hermes Clinic from the time that you left SA. All right, so yeah, I left South Africa. They have a shuttle pickup. They picked me up, and it was so cute. They picked me up with the rose. It was so beautiful. I was like, oh my gosh. So I got there. It was VIP shuttle service. They took me to lunch. They took me to lunch. And I say they took me to lunch in a very naughty way because you go on a liquid diet a week prior to the surgery. But they were just like, no, we'll just have a light lunch just to kind of show you around, just to kind of talk to me and just, to kind of help alleviate the nerves just a little bit. I'm not saying that they're going to do that for everyone, but obviously for me, because we had spoken, Uguti, can they create some content? When I contacted them through my Instagram page, and they saw me and they asked if we could have some sort of business thing going. And so because of that, they wanted to speak to me a little bit more. And I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. The reason why I have not shared anything about Hermes on my personal page for a year is because I wanted to be totally sure that I was fully happy with everything, with the surgery, with them as a clinic, with them as people, that I could then recommend them to you, because that is me putting my name on the line. And they knew that from the get-go. So this is why I haven't done anything. But I'm not going to lie to you. A year later, I will say, even other people who have gone on with Hermes have come to me and said, because they saw me through Hermes's pages, and they've come to me and they've said, thank you so much for showing off that surgery, showing Hermes, because I went there and I was very happy. And the number of people who've gone there and who've had only good things to say about them has now convinced me to come out and share more about Hermes and say, honestly, it wasn't just a Google Gumede thing. Other people have gone there who are not, who don't have platforms as big as I have, and they are equally happy. And that has made me happy and confident enough to say, as in, actually, these are the real dogs. Because how you treat other people who are not famous will show you who you really are, will show me who you really are. So I am very happy, and I can totally back it up and say Hermes is the real deal, okay? So anyways, they picked me up, they took me to lunch, then they took me to my hotel. That's part of the package. With Hermes, you get hotel stay, you get shuttle pickup, you get the surgery itself, you get hotel after the surgery, and then they give you a shuttle again once you go back to the airport. So that is all, it's a package, okay? Unfortunately for me, I literally had a project that I was starting, I think, a week after my surgery, so I didn't have enough time to stay with them and to do everything. So I literally landed on the Sunday. Monday morning, I did my surgery. So Sunday, we got there, went straight to the hospital, first actually before the lunch, went straight to the hospital, did the tests. Then the next day, I had my surgery. I stayed in the hospital for about, I think, 3 days. I left the hospital, I think on that Friday, from the hospital straight to the airport. So I didn't then go back to the hotel after that. But they like to keep you from the hospital. They then take you to the hotel. They still monitor you in the hotel before you get to go home, just so that they're happy with your progress and they see that everything is going well. Just, normal monitoring from doctors, all right? And then I think you're monitored by nurses once you leave the hospital to the hotel. So that's what Hermes does for you. And again, I was very happy with that experience. And how did I feel immediately post-op? You're going to see in the video that I'm going to insert. It's not an easy process. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. It's a surgery at the end of the day. And it's, you know what, they'll tell you it's not as invasive as other surgeries, but because it is a laparoscopy, right? So you get like, I think 5 little holes in you. And it's a laparoscopic surgery, so it's not like a full cut, right? My C-section scar was wider, but my C-section was also, for me, a lot of people have different opinions with C-sections. My C-section was chilled. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was kind of like a walk in the park in comparison to this surgery. And I don't know if it's because at the end of it, I had a baby. Maybe my baby kind of made the pain like bearable. And here you don't have a baby. You just, after the surgery, it's like, okay, now you have to just like power through it. And then after powering through it, you go through the liquid diet for again, I think the liquid diet is again like a week. I forgot, I think it might be a week. And then from the liquid diet, you go into a pureed diet. And then from the pureed diet, then you go to your normal diet. So you have to remember that this is like now, your stomach is that of a child, like an infant. And that's why an infant, it's first,
also liquids, purees, and then solids. It's the same here. Your stomach is literally getting a reset. It's like you're starting over again. So yeah, that was it. It wasn't an easy process, but let me tell you, a lot of people say, how fast did it take for you to start losing weight? Immediately. You start losing weight immediately. First of all, you're not eating. You're on a liquid diet. You're literally drinking broths. You are going to lose weight. I think I lost... Okay, so because I told you guys that you do the pre-diet, right? The liquid diet a week before. I think I lost like 2-3 Ks, right? My heaviest was 125 Ks. I lost and then before my liquid diet, I was at 123. Liquid diet, 120. When I got there, I was 120, right? By the time that I left, I think I was like 118, 17, if I'm not mistaken. Literally a week later, I'd lost 5 Ks. But it's a lot. It's a lot of work. It's not easy. It was always doing number and be like, oh my gosh, no. It's not easy, but it's worth it. 110% worth it. Okay, challenges you've encountered, ones that might be a reason in the next lifetime for you not to do the surgery. Again, there is but like that, like I've said, we're not going to let ourselves go to that extent anymore in the next lifetime. Never. Soze, my dear, soze. But anyways, yeah. If I was the cuckoo that had let herself go to that extent, especially after breastfeeding, after having a baby, and I had those health challenges, there's nothing that would stop me from getting that surgery again. I highly recommend it. So yeah, but the challenge is, let me tell you this. The one thing that I saw from Benito Mazane on YouTube that I have to reiterate, your stomach. Your stomach is going to growl. Your stomach will growl like mine is growling now. Your stomach is going to growl for a very long time. And that's because, again, there's a reset. There's a new stomach. You now have a sleeve. You have a pouch. All right? So something has happened within your body to a very important organ. All right? Your stomach is going to make noise randomly. Guys, you're going to drink something, it's going to make noise. And this thing, I only heard one girl speaking about this on YouTube when I was watching the countless videos of VSG. I wish more people had told me about this. It's going to make noises randomly. Okay? So if you're a person who gets like easily embarrassed, like me, how we all says a bunch of embarrassment. Randomly, utu ya puzi ito sithi utu ya sithi sisazokukhalela nje randomly, but everything kind of just it acclimates and everything kind of balances, and it's going to be better. So a year later, honestly, it's just not, and that's because of the wind. It's because of the gas, by the way. Let me just explain that better. It's because of the gas, right? So if you drink liquids and you're drinking them quickly, it's going to do that, right? Because it's your gas, it's the gas coming up, it's the air coming up, right? And also eating is the same thing. So you need to eat slowly, you need to drink slowly. And Menaga, because I was never that person, I was just a person who would gulp water. Don't gulp, sips. Be kind to yourself and be kind to your new little sleeve, okay? Don't rush the process. That's it. So that was one of the biggest challenges, not being able to gulp water like I used to, now having to assimilate to the new me of now taking smaller sips, eating slower, and also chewing. They tell you chew, and this is a normal thing that you have to do as just people, even without these surgeries, okay? You have to chew your food. I don't think we realize as people how much we're not chewing. We're just like, nah, and you swallow. Chew your food to the point where if you need to count every chew until the 25 to 30 like chews, and then you swallow. Make sure that your food is like now pureed within your mouth, and then you swallow. You're gonna be fine. So, but those are the challenges that I encountered. Okay, now becoming the new Gugu and changing along with my surgery. And my last question is, how have you benefited? Yes, and I've mentioned this in my previous video, my blood pressure, my blood pressure, it stabilized. That was the greatest thing about it. Doing good. Obviously, my mood, like your mood improves. You're like, it feels like you're a new creature, guys. Behold, all things have passed away. Behold, all things have been made brand new. Like, you're a new creature. Like, energy, guys, shoots through the roof. Blood pressure, stabilize. Like, zining isn't it reset? Even my skin. When I tell you my skin cleared, and I became like, I think like 2 shades brighter. Like, so much so that they had to change my makeup at work. I had to change my makeup personally because I got brighter. Like, that's what happens with weight loss and eating right. You just, guningi, that just, right, guys, you know, we're happy now. So yeah, it's all of that. And okay, so here's the thing. The one negative that I must say with getting a surgery that is not, again, in your country, it's the lack of post-care. So if you're going to go to Turkey to do any surgery, trust you're not going to have post-care at home unless you're going to go back to surgery for the post-care. That is the one biggest negative that I would say. So there's always a solution, right? So what I would highly recommend is for you to get a doctor at home who is experienced with these type of surgeries, with any surgery, in fact, that you're going to do, right? Have them be your pre and post-care doctors. You already have your backup and you know that you're fine. When you come home, you've got a team that's already looking out for you. Because also, you get vitamins that are prescribed to you before you leave. There's a bunch of them, right? But they're going to run out. If you have a doctor here that can continue to take care of you, take a look at you, prescribe you your vitamins, and also point you in the right direction of these vitamins. Because when you are a bariatric patient, my doctor put it this way, you're no longer like a normal person. There's an us and a them, right? So our bodies don't take in nourishment like they used to anymore. Our bodies don't take in the vitamins that they used to, and they definitely aren't going to take them in from food. So you need the right dosage of the vitamins. You're not going to get them from like a normal pharmacy most of the time. There are special pharmacies that make these in South Africa, but you have to go to the right doctor who's associated and affiliated with those pharmacies, and they can prescribe to you the right vitamins. My doctor, I might put her detail. I'm going to speak to her first. I might put her details down in the description below at the end of this video so that you guys can have her contact details. She's amazing. She is amazing. I got her recommendation actually from another bariatric patient that told me, Lalela, go to Dr. Nandi because you're going to need post-care. I had my surgery done a year ago, like I said. I have done my annual checkup already. I know the things that I'm lacking. By the way, everything is amazing. She's very happy with how everything is looking. Did I tell you guys I had a fatty liver also? That was one of the things that busy wrong. Guys are wrong me before the surgery. But isn't Ozamzi right manje? My hormones, like I'm doing very well. The only thing that I was before that I still am is iron deficient. And I feel like, guys, are we all iron deficient, hey? Like I didn't know about iron deficiency prior. Like you hear about it. But like, what is guys? Just iron. Jesus, Lord God me, God help me. It's a problem. Nevertheless, my daughter's about to come out, so I need to finish. Nevertheless, I'm taking care of that now. I get on my infusions and I'm on supplements, right? So it's one of the things that has helped me kakhulu in having a post-care team. Have a team that's going to help you in South Africa, guys. We're taking and doing the surgery is not a quick fix. You can't just think you've done that. No, it's not. No, your life has changed. You are now a new creature. You need to have care after. You need someone who's going to help you. So that's the biggest thing. The cost, okay, that was another prevalent question that I got. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't remember my actual cost. I'll tell you this. It wasn't bad. It wasn't as bad as compared to what I would have paid in South Africa. I think the whole thing was, they discovered I had gallstones. Did I tell you guys about that? And that was the reason I was getting sick like every 2 weeks. Like I was getting sick in Yongingbu, and I did not know what it was. And they discovered I had gallstones. And it made sense. Okay? My bowel would freaking crystallize. I had gallstones. And my aunt had gallstones. It's these things. Why don't we know? As guys, we don't know about our health until it's too late. Like fibroids. I did not know I had fibroids until I was pregnant. And my doctor was like, how did you get pregnant? He said to my partner, you've got my guidance. Because how you knock her up? I said, the Lord is good. Okay? Not for having babies before marriage, but for the babies nonetheless, okay? But anyways, I discovered I had fibroids when I was pregnant, and I discovered I had gallstones right before my surgery. When I tell you they do tests, Turkey is known to be also the mecca of that. There's no place that will check you and test you thoroughly like Turkey will. So that's the one thing also that I would highly recommend with them. Found out I had gallstones. Yes. So, yeah. It was a lot. But anyways, got my gallbladder removed, that's not such a hectic surgery. A lot of people walk around with their gallbladders out. You're not going to die from that. That is a normal surgery. And I have not been sick. So you know what happens now? If I'm naughty and I have a little bit of sugar, something that's not good for me, it'll come out immediately. And then I'm good. So that's the nice thing about that surgery, okay? Is that understand? Yes, and so kuningi guys, ilezo. I think those are the back to the cost. You see how much I talk? I even forget. Back to the cost. I think, so with my surgery, with my gallbladder removal as well, it increased the amount. But the surgery in itself, it shouldn't cost more than 45K. The whole thing of going to Turkey, of getting that done, shouldn't cost more than that. It cost me more because of my form of travel. That's why I don't remember. I think, but everything for me was under 100K. Can you imagine? Under 100K. Everything. But if you're gonna travel light, you understand that if you're gonna be traveling Uber economy, which is also totally fine, that's gonna cost you. I think those tickets cost about 10K. Round trip. That's it. So yeah, I think that's it. So those are the questions. And how much weight have I lost? This is the first time I'm revealing this. I started highest weight, 125 kilograms. How much do I weigh now? 73 kilograms. I've lost 53 Ks in total. So yes, I lost 53 Ks with VSG. And am I happy that I did the surgery? Ecstatic. Do you not see me? I'm happy. I'm very happy. I'm very happy that I did the surgery. It's the best thing that I've ever done for myself. It's the greatest gift I could have ever given to myself and my child. Me, I can fit into my toddler's slide at home, okay? I can fit into her slide, guys. I slide down with her. I fit into her swing. I fit it like, yeah, it's good. So yes, 1 year later, post this VSG, I have lost 53 Ks. I'm not gonna lose anymore. No. Now I'm trying to maintain. We're not trying to lose anymore, guys. And with VSG, here's the thing, hey, for the 18 months after, you're on what they call the honeymoon phase. You literally are just the weight is gonna be falling off you. Be careful. Don't use that as a chance to overeat. Don't overeat. Don't go back to your old habits. Change your habits. Again, the surgery is not a quick fix. Fix you inside. Be zen. Stop overeating. Okay? But also don't kill yourself. I mean, I still eat shit. Sometimes I have my weekends where I'm like, okay, I can kind of eat a bit, like, you know, the things that I want. But also I don't have a gallbladder, so it's going to come out. But anyways, yeah. That's it, guys. I love you. And I'm so sorry that I haven't been posting as much. I will start to post again. I've been shooting some content. I'm going to post it. Please, how am I? Like, comment, and subscribe. Yo, guys, YouTube. Anyways, I love you. God bless.